What's going on, everybody? Starting a podcast is not easy. I'm Ramon Weatherall, the host of the Raising Carter podcast. It's a podcast for fathers with sons or guys who one day might want to be a father. Not a father yet, but thinking about it. You got it in your heart that you want to be a father one day. So started this podcast, and that's what it's for, man. Just giving a fresh perspective on it from a guy who's been around the block a little bit. But starting a podcast isn't easy, because no one comes in just knowing everything about podcasting. Maybe somebody does, they do a lot of studying and they but for me, it wasn't like that. So I had to learn from the beginning, from the start. And it's not easy. But the first thing I want to tell you, if you're starting a podcast, you do not need an expensive microphone. Okay. This isn't a pretty expensive microphone. It's like almost $300. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can get this microphone right here for $40. And it sounds damn good. And if you just doing, you're just doing a podcast by yourself, you can get you a USB microphone like this one right here for like $100. Right there. $100. But if you want to have, another person, a co-host with you, like I got my son Carter, you're gonna need an interface. So you can't do that with USB microphones. You gotta have a interface where you can have both microphones plugged up, but you don't need expensive microphones. You don't. You don't need. I got this microphone. I mean, it's a great microphone. Everybody use it. You can look at all the podcasts and you'll see everybody using them, but you don't need it. You don't need it. So that's number one. You don't have to waste your money on expensive microphones. Number two, if you got an iPhone, that's all you need. That's all you need to start recording your podcast or recording content as a YouTuber. Hell, iPhone is just as good or almost better than a lot of DSLR cameras. So stop using the excuse, I gotta upgrade my equipment and all that. No, you don't, because nobody's gonna be watching you in the beginning anyway. So you don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that stuff. What you need to do is hit record and start recording. And honestly, you don't really have a podcast until you do at least 20 episodes, because most people quit before then. So if you can do 20 episodes, then you can call yourself a podcaster. Then you can start trying to get people to listen and to watch whatever you're doing for more than a couple seconds. That's the next thing. That's the next thing you want to get to. But don't waste your time on expensive microphones and having this expensive setup. The real skill is sitting in front of that microphone, getting in front of that camera, being able to hold people's attention. If you can do that, sky's the limit. Sky is the limit. But that takes time. That takes time. Yeah, some people can just get on right away and just knock it out the park. What, maybe 1 out of 100? Most people are not gonna be comfortable going live, see it going live, and maybe one or two people are on there or nobody's on there? Are you going to consistently be able to do that? Who's going to do that? But people say they want people on their live and all this stuff. Do you really? Can you hold an audience attention? Can you? You know what I mean? Like the old saying goes, like, don't ask for what you really don't want, because you just might get it. So it's all about, in the beginning, hitting record, then staying consistent. If you stay down, you could come up. But a lot of people they don't want to stay down. They don't want to. That's too hard. That's too hard. But look at all the people that you might admire, that you see that are having success or had success. Get some of their backstory. A lot of times it took time for them to get to where they, where you finally noticed them. It took time for them to get there. It takes time. There's no such thing as an overnight success. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Once stuff starts happening, it might start happening really fast, but you got to get to that point. Most people quit before they even get to that point. So yeah, starting a podcast is hard, but what's even harder is staying consistent. Being a YouTube content creator is hard, but what's even hard is keep posting videos and not getting many views, or your viewer duration isn't long. That's not easy to do. That's not easy to do. It takes a special person to be able to fail and keep going. Are you that person? Are you that person? Are you that person? It's not easy being a father. It's not. It is not easy. Being a father is not easy. Taking care of a family and being the head of a house, or getting having a wife, or have the mother of your children, getting along with them. It's not an easy thing to do. So having success in whatever area you want to have success in, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. So this Raising Carter, my podcast, is a podcast for fathers with sons, and it's for guys who might want to be fathers one day. But it's also a testament and a reminder that it's never too late to do what you want to do. I'm 50 years old and I'm doing this thing. Most people that I talk to, they're like, "Oh man, I'm old. I'm not this." That's all in the mind, man. That's all in the mind. That's all in the mind. So doing you first starting your podcast, you don't need an expensive microphone. You don't need um you don't need an expensive cameras. You get you some decent lighting. You can find it on Amazon. You can find a good light on Amazon for 30, $40. Get you a couple of those. But the most important thing is to hit record, man. I think today I did 2 lives, 4 videos. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. If you want to be successful, it's nothing. It's nothing to do. It's nothing to do. It's the first time I went live on YouTube and on the Raising Carter podcast page on Facebook, but it won't be the last. I'm out of here, man. I got to get ready for the Bucks and Pacers. I know Dame and Giannis is out, but do not count us out, people. We got some good young players, and I hate the Pacers. I hate them.